Welcome again everybody to another exciting session. So what we're gonna do today, I'm gonna be changing a door. The door has been given a little bit of a challenge in recent times, so I'm just gonna be getting rid of it altogether. So remember, some of the things you're gonna need to do that, you're gonna need a drill, corded or cordless. You're gonna need a drill bit, Phillips or flathead, it don't make a difference. It depends on your preference. This is a nice little lunchtime project. I decided to share it with you. You can do this. This can be done in an hour or two. Yeah. Always remember your safety glasses or your goggles or safety goggles, whichever way you want to call it. In Jamaica, we call it goggles. Oh, we know what, like, use the word goggle anyway, so you know we have to work with glasses, see? So a safety glass. Next thing we're gonna be using now, using gloves. Always wear gloves, especially when working with drills and screws and things like that, because you can pinch your finger. So you're gonna want to be working with gloves. These are my Grease Monkey gloves. I got them here. I got them at Price Mart. I went to Price Mart and I bought these in bulk. Well, Price Mart sells everything in bulk, but I got them at Price Mart, so they're really good. I have a pair that I use in the car in case I'm working in any grease, I'm doing a servicing. So let me know if you would like for me to show you how I service my car myself. First, we're gonna start with taking down the door. Before I take down the door, I'm gonna show you the new door that I bought. Tell you the specs and everything. Always stay hydrated, especially in these heats. You can see the sun is burning out here. Right, so this is what we're gonna do now. So we're gonna start with showing you the door, taking down the door, attaching the door, and then putting on the locks on it. So come with me. We're gonna do this work. It's a go bad.
Okay guys, so it's an Olympian door. It was bought at Tools Hardware, that's on Spanish Town Road.
Leave one in because we want to ensure that it doesn't come. So we're gonna pull out what's at the
when
bottom.
we leave one at the top, it's because we don't want it to fall off and twist or turn and damage the hinge at the bottom. So now we're pulling out the bottom. We're gonna remove all the screws this way and then remove the one at the top. Guys, remember to stay hydrated. See, now we're removing the one at the top. These are all Phillips screws, so it was okay for me. I prefer to use Phillips screws anyways.
Alright guys, so we have some good news. These are still pretty solid. So I'm going to reuse them. I'm going to repurpose these. So I'm going to sand them down and maybe use my wire brush. This was purchased at iPro Ace. You can get them at Active Homes as well, I think. So you can just check around hardwares, you can get stuff. It's wire brush is just a small one. It's asking for a small wire brush. This is the ones that I got. Right, so how I know that, why I say they're still pretty good, they're still solid. So when the door swings on them, if you hear a squeak like that, that's just because it needs a little bit of oil, and that can work. So if you had your door on this already, you would need to pull this off in order to change it. So this is still pretty good actually. Yeah, still solid. So I'm gonna maybe grease it and the best bet is to buy new ones. I have tons of them, but I just like repurposing stuff. So right, so buy inches. These you can buy them at your hardware. Tell them you're hanging a door And so guys, remember, this is not for the professionals who know the names of these hinges different from the other ones. I mean, I'm saying as a guy who is trying to do this for himself, or a woman who's trying to do this for herself, she can go to the hardware and say, hey, I need a regular door hinge. They should be able to explain it to you what it is that you want in actuality. So yeah, so I'm gonna get this cleaned up right now.
So guys, I'm gonna use some thinner, and we're gonna strip some of those oil-based paints that were on it before. So we're pouring it out in a container on it. Let it soak for about 10-20 minutes. So what you can do is maybe prep the door in the meantime while they soak. So soak them for about 10-20 minutes. That is not long enough, but it's enough to give you enough time to So you use a sandpaper to scour it down, right, to remove the rust. There's a P60 and a P150. And I got these at Ace. If it gets too hard, you put it back to soak again and get back. So we skip now to where it's finished. We would have cleaned it all off as best as we can, and then we sprayed it with WD-40 and then sprayed it with rust-free rust prevention spray, also bought at Ace. So that helps it because it's a back door, it's an outside door, so it will get a lot of rain sometimes. Depends on how heavy the rain falls. So you need it to be coated to prevent against rust. Now we are reconnecting the door. So this is what we do. We're gonna connect the hinge to the door. Then we're gonna need to brace the door in order to get the right height of the door off the ground. Then we can connect it to the door jamb. In my case, I did not need to readjust the door jamb on either locking side or on the hinge side, because it perfectly fit the new door that I bought. So all I needed to do was to just add it to it. In some instances, you might need to readjust the hinge side, because where the space is for the door hinge might be off. Right, there you have it. The door is closed. So it worked.
We're gonna put this now and get the lock onto the door. I'm using a deadbolt. So So I'm gonna put this in. So in the door, you're gonna have the 3 holes. You're gonna have the smaller hole here and then the 2 big holes. This is for the main parts of the lock. You know, the part with the key go on the outside and the part with the latch go on the inside.
Oh my god,
this part,
it's fathead music.
Straightways goes into this part actually. So what you're gonna do now is just screw them in and are done. Normally you would chisel this up. You connect this in, then you turn it until the holes match.
Fun facts, guys, while you watch. Please remember that most doors don't come already with locks. You will need to buy a lock at your hardware, the same hardware you're buying the door, so let them know you would need a lock. My suggestion is once you're changing a door, change a lock as well. Yes, it can be repurposed, but it is better to change your locks because it will then be new, especially if you're newly moving into the house. Yes, change all the locks, including these door locks.
We have a back door. That's it. The next thing I'm gonna do tonight is to cover that. Space less than what was there before. This is the space that is supposed to be there.
Okay, try it with the keys and everything. Make sure everything works.
Right, so there you have it. We have a back door. Again, I didn't have to adjust where the bolt goes here, as you see it goes. So we didn't have to adjust where the bolt goes. So please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and give us anything that you think might help us in the future.